5 minutes. Eddie, are you there with a policeman or not?
We have found a policeman. We're having a little difficulty with the Q radios and things like that just at the moment, but no doubt all will come well in a moment or two. We're trying not to drop anything in the harbour while we're doing it. But I've got with me Sergeant Martin Harris. We're standing here looking. It's a lovely morning down here. And what do you reckon, Martin?
I reckon we're going to be there or thereabouts. It's just starting to lap over in one or two areas now, but we've got another 20 minutes or so yet. I think we may have to close it for a short time, but we'll see how it goes. It's very calm, very flat, but I'd rather close it rather than cause any issues with these shops and businesses.
The problem really is that if people are driving along, they drive the water up into the front of the shops, isn't it?
Exactly. It's the wash. It's not the water itself. It's the wash that's created, and sometimes it's a foot or more. I'm going to give it another 10 or 15 minutes, but maybe we have to close it just for a short time, but if we do, it will be very short and brief, I think.
I was just saying, it's slightly surreal to see a chap with a hand roller going along there just a moment ago.
A bit odd. I don't know quite what he was doing, but he's obviously on his way to work somewhere.
or working at the time. Well, there we go, Garrett. Just at the moment, it's, as I say, no water really across the road, just a tiny spot here and there. Fair number of people, just a few people starting to come and watch, mostly civil protection and people like that. One or two people with cameras, and of course I'll have my camera in just a minute or two.
OK, so the message is the police will make that decision in the next, 15, 20 minutes time?
And it'll only be for a few minutes, I would have thought, if they feel it necessary to do it.
OK, Eddie, you'll stay on site for us and let us know when we know.
I will, of course.
OK, Eddie Parks there talking to Sergeant Martin Harris this morning. The closure of St Peter Port, that decision will be made in the next 10 or 15 minutes. Let me be specific, sorry, the closure of the seafront between the Weybridge roundabout and the town church, that stretch. And as Martin Harris said there from the police, and indeed the gentleman from one of the shops we spoke to yesterday, it's not the water on the seafront that's necessarily the problem. It's the wash caused by vehicles, cars and buses going by, and I didn't realise it created up to a foot of wash, which is what causes the bigger problem. Today is a higher tide than yesterday at 10.3 metres. That high tide is due just after 7:30 this morning, so we'll keep an eye on that. It looks like, and touch lots of wood as I say this, that things are pretty much okay, aren't they? But we've been having a look at the forecast for tomorrow morning, and that high tide will come near at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and there are some pretty strong easterly winds forecast which could make it a different story, but again we'll keep across all of that during the course of tomorrow, as we are doing today here on BBC Guernsey. Lots of things we're talking about during the course of the morning. If there's anything you want to have your say on,